Mic check. When I was to I knew you were the one for me. Come through, dig the sound. I swear the whole world could do you empty. Crowd around. I used to cop a lot, but never cop no drop. Hold mics like ponytails tight and bobble ops. Stop and stick around, come through and dig the sound of the fly brown 6060 psycho who throws a dick around. Bound to go 3 plat, came to destroy rap. It's an intricate plot of a b-boy strap. Fem stack cats get kidnapped, then release a statement to the press. Let the rest know who did that. Metal fist terrorist, claim responsibility. Broken household name usually set in hostility. What is MF, you silly? I like to take men's to the end for 2 milli. That's a audio daily double.
What's up, yo?
What's up?
What is happening?
How have you been?
I've been alive.
Yeah,
How have you been? You're the one that's
same.
all over doing everything, making it happen
Trying.
for the scene. If it wasn't for you, there'd be no scene. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that.
I mean, you keep it going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You keep it thriving. That's what I'm saying.
I try my best.
We need you. Where do you get that from? See, I'm already asking you questions. You're supposed to be asking me. Where do you get that? What do they call it? The drive. Let's just go with that. Yeah.
I think it's honestly genetics. There's something about especially my dad's side of the family, where everybody's like, they want to do their own thing, run their own business. And like, if we're not, we're depressed.
Totally get that.
So I'm just like constantly like, I need something to do that's for myself. So it's just something in me that's like, I got to do it.
You come from a line of entrepreneurs.
Yeah, no,
Gotcha.
for sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah, my grandpa had his own business pretty much his whole life. My dad, as soon as he could, had his own business. So it's like, I don't know. Yeah, the work ethic is just in my blood,
I get
I
it.
guess.
You can tell it. You're not stopping.
No.
If they tried to stop you, you're running through them.
Who?
Yeah, you're the linebacker. You're gonna do it.
Nobody can stop me. No, it's impossible. Especially since because I've always tried to start new businesses.
Right.
Like when I was 19, I tried selling dog treats. I would go to the farmer's market. I'd sell dog treats. And then I've tried so much dumb shit. Like I tried selling chargers on
Right.
Facebook
Right.
when I was like 17.
The hustler. That's the word I was looking for. That's been in you all the time.
Yeah, no, ever since as long as I can remember. And
Yeah.
I always hated school and work because I felt like it was draining my energy when I could be spending the time building something of my own.
For sure.
So when I finally found comedy, I was like, oh, this is it. Like I'm going not 100% in, like 1,000% in.
You found your passion.
Oh yeah, no, God, yeah.
You found your passion.
Yeah.
That's respectable. That's why I admire you.
Oh, thank you, Jonathan. I admire you too. What brought you to being a pastor?
Jeez, hold on. Let's make sure we clarify that for the listening audience. I guess I can't say I'm not a pastor because I am a youth pastor.
preacher.
Right? I'm a preacher.
Yeah.
Pastor has their own church. They're the leader. You know what I mean? That's actually my mother. My mother's the pastor. But I've grown up in church all my life. Church is all I know. I won't say it's all I know, but it's definitely what I know. And I can honestly tell you, as a kid, I had 2 dreams. Basketball player and a preacher. And at some point when I got around the real kids who knew how to play, I knew basketball wasn't in the career. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not that good. You know what I'm saying?
You're not 6'8".
No. I'm not Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? So, but preaching has always been there as a kid. Like the pastor who I had, Bishop Weaver at that time, and just always looked up to him, how he carried himself, the mannerism, the respect, you know what I'm saying, being able to deliver a message. And so it just always resonated with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you feel like being a preacher, like all that experience, like how did you get to comedy? Like how did that even happen?
I probably shouldn't be here, huh? I probably shouldn't be doing comedy. It's, you know what? I think it was just a time in life. I'm kind of looking at things and I'm older, got a lot of, I feel like I got some wisdom, some maturity to me, and but just kind of was at that line and that I don't know what they call it, where you at the crossroads, you know what I'm saying? And I was actually just scrolling on TikTok and Preach Carter pops up. And I'm seeing him, and he's at Beatside, and I'm like, man, I would really love to do that. And went to Beatside Retro and been loving it ever since. I mean, I've always loved jokes, always loved comedy. Sinbad was somebody who I grew up with. So I think preaching, you're still in front of people, right? And you're talking and you're communicating. Comedy's the same thing.
Do you like the attention of it? Is it like are you the person that likes to be the center of attention?
I won't say that. I believe I'm gregarious. I'm an introvert and extrovert. I can really chill and be by myself and don't need no one. But then I'm actually an extrovert where I do like getting out, and that feeds me too. I think for me, comedy, I don't know, how it's that moment when you're on stage and you're just in it. You're in that zone of it, and you're in the moment. And I think that's what I look for. I look for just that feel good part of it, where the room is with you, you're with the room, we're locked in, and we're having a good time.
Yeah.
I like
the energy exchange.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I've had some of those nights, and ever since I've had a few of those nights, it's like every other time feels like bombing.
For sure, because now you know what killing it feels like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think just that communicating, and I think even just being a church boy, being able to take the conversation outside of church, because there's conversations you're never going to have in church. You know what I'm saying? And being a grown, older man, wife, kids, it's like, no, we need to talk about some other things. You know what I'm saying? And I always felt kind of stifled in that regard. So I think comedy just really allows me to
bring your personality in more in your personal life. Yeah.
Yeah. I never want to be that preacher that's always angry or mad or, preaching one type of way. Like, no, man, I'm a human. Sometimes you're up, down, all around. And comedy just lets you embody all those emotions. Yeah.
Yeah, some of them do kind of take advantage a little bit, I noticed sometimes. Like I went to this church over in Vieira, and the I don't know if he was a preacher, pastor, based off of what you said. I'm a preacher, I guess, but what do you call a white preacher?
He's a preacher. He's
okay.
The reverend, whatever.
The same thing. Yeah. He would always talk about the world is ending, and I'm like, there's kids in here. God damn it, that's crazy.
But that's what coming up, being a younger, especially the millennium, the 2000, whatever that was, we literally you thought it was going to be ending, you know what I mean? Then when 1201 came, it was like, I guess it's time to go home.
Yeah. Yeah. I started reading the Bible again, and I really haven't read it since I was a kid. And they gave us the kids version, like a storybook almost, to kind of teach you Adam and Eve. It wasn't as gruesome as I would say, because I'm still in Genesis, and the shit that's been going down, I'm like, this is crazy.
Shem begat Ham, and Ham, all those begats.
Yeah, it's confusing. It's very confusing. I'm like, this guy lived 692 years. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then I always hear people it's so prevalent now that people are like, oh, it's the end of the world is ending.
Right.
And same thing, I've always felt since I was a kid, people have been saying that. But it's Revelation, the term itself, to me, at least from what I understand, means a new beginning, an awakening. Sure. It's not necessarily the end of the world. How do you translate that?
I don't want to go full circle, but yeah, in the church world, it's crazy because they don't always preach Revelations. You know what I'm saying? That's the end of it, or that's, whatever. And I remember reading Revelations for the first time, and I remember sitting in my chair in my room and just bawling my eyes out, you know what I'm saying? Just because it was I don't know, just the presence of it, it felt like it was real. But I like the thought that you're saying, revelation it's a revelation, you know what I'm saying? It's a coming to, it's a knowledge of. I think I always looked at revelation like the end, you know what I'm saying? And I guess the end of life as we know it, but it's a different type of life. And so I don't know. Do you find that Revelations is important for you? I need to know this part of it?
Yeah.
You want to know
I want to know everything.
the apocalypse, all that. You want to.
But that's the thing is, I don't think there's an apocalypse coming like anytime soon. I think it's just the end of the world as we know it, but not in a sense of like everyone's gonna die of a flood or
Right.
like a meteor's gonna come and crash or the sun's gonna like. It's just so much crap that's being thrown out in the media to almost make us feel like it's the end of the world, but it's really not.
I mean, sometimes it works though, right? We need a little fear in life.
That's true. I guess.
Something to keep you a little grounded, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And the only thing I would say to that, I think we've always been preached to that the end of the world is coming and all that, and I get that. But I will say that it does come for people every day, you know? Like, not necessarily the whole end of all mankind, but
Just
just
Hulk Hogan.
prime example. Malcolm Jamal Warner, you know, like, people pass away every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think happens when you die?
Oh my goodness! I didn't know this was a theological.
No, I'm curious because you're experienced in the Bible, so.
I mean, I think there's different things that can happen, but we have dreams, right? You believe in your dreams, and dreams feel really real, right? Mm-hmm. So I mean, to me, that can be a hell, you know, just being in a bad dream, you know, for the rest of your life. But I feel like when we die, I feel like your spirit is going to go back to God because that came from Him, right? This body, this house that we live in, that's going to go to the dirt. That's why you get buried, you know, but then there's your soul. And when we talk about the soul, we're talking about the mind, the will, the emotions, the intellect, that decision maker. And I think that's what's going to get challenged. I think when you come into the truth of an all knowledge, holy being and creator, you start to think about maybe some of the things you've done in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, did I do that out of malice? Did I do that out of good intention? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what's going to be judged. You know what I'm saying? And I believe we have a loving God. He's gracious, and I don't know what his heart will be, you know, but I do think there's a judgment per se. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the scale of good and bad.
He weighs the spirits.
Yeah,
you know?
I always had the thought like maybe reincarnation might be real, and we're just living hell on earth. Like
Right.
Earth might be hell.
Right.
But then when I was reading Genesis, it was like they talk about the separation of heaven. You could probably clarify this more for me because again, the language. I'm reading.
You're a novice. You're learning.
Yes, I'm reading the New American Standard version because I was trying
It's not the KKK version, is it?
Well, actually, that's another book I have.
Right, yeah, who knows? Just a joke, guys. All right, I don't want no trouble. All right.
I told Jonathan this is actually Get Out, the movie.
Yeah,
He was like, why am I in the woods?
She brought me way to the woods, gang. I don't know where y'all know this at, but please, I might send my location to somebody. Jesus.
No, but yeah. So I was reading Genesis, and you know, it talks about like the firmament and the heavens were separated from earth in a way, I guess. And I don't know. It makes me think like maybe earth is hell, and if your soul doesn't make it to heaven, you just come back here. You got to do it all over again.
I don't know. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I've been told I have an old soul. You know, I don't know what that means, but sometimes you do feel like you've kind of been here before. You've done that before. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I think that's the mystery of it, that we'll understand some things better by and by. And I think that the goal is just to try to do right. I like the golden rule: treat people the way you want to be treated. That's pretty simple. I don't think that takes much.
No, it doesn't.
It don't take
just
much.
a general moral compass.
And I mean, all the religions embody that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, except for Satanism.
Except for it's totally the opposite. Do what feels good. Yeah, you want to do it. So I don't know.
Yeah. Do you believe that like demons can live within humans?
I mean, geez. Okay, so we're going deep. I think that I think something. I was just thinking about this today. I think some things we look at behaviors that people have. But I think that there's a spirit behind that behavior. You know, there's a reason why they're doing that. There's some kind of influence going on. And I think people can be under the influence of evil, you know, wrongdoing. And You know, you hear people say all the time, yeah, I had this voice talking in my head. And I mean, don't we all have voices talking in our head?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We're all a little
We
schizophrenic.
are, you got to know which one to listen to. You know,
Yeah.
pick the guy in the middle is what I say.
Yeah. Choose yourself. No, I asked because I was recently watching something. I watch a lot of conspiracy like videos and
We
stuff.
know, yes,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
But there was this one where they were talking about Jeffrey Dahmer and how when one of his victims was with him, I think it was the last guy that actually escaped and then made it to the police and got him arrested. And basically, he said that when he played the Exorcist video, and then he went to go like turn around and like try to kill him or whatever, he said his whole physicality changed. Like his facial structure changed. Like he looked like a completely different person and not even a person at that point. So I wonder if, you know, the war of, I believe the war of good and evil is constantly going on. It's an energetic, you know, force of just good and evil fighting constantly. And I wonder if demons can actually get into people. Because, like, you've seen, like, The Exorcist, like, movies like Constantine, like, the movies like that. Like, I really do feel like sometimes, like, especially murderers, like, they shapeshift into demons when they be doing bad stuff.
If we're going to believe the Bible, what did Jesus say to Peter? Get thee behind me, Satan. Which means there was something that he was embodying in that moment, you know, that spirit, that entity, that thought, that idea. And Jesus had to tell him, get behind me. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean, I can give you stories like my wife, we were, you know, I've known my wife since we were kids, and we were being bad or whatever, and she was leaving my house trying to get back home, and she's driving in a car on 95, and she's flying, like speeding down the road, and the car starts to catch on fire, right? So she pulls off to the median. It's like 2, 3 in the morning, mind you. It's nobody out there on 95, the highway. She pulls off to the road, and then this guy comes and starts knocking on her window saying, get out the car, get out. But my wife, who's my girlfriend at that time, she's fumbling trying to get her CDs out of the car. And the guy pulls the door open and pulls her out the car. When he pulls her out the car literally blows up and explodes.
No shit.
When she comes to and looks around, nobody's there. Yeah.
I got goosebumps. That's crazy.
So have you, I mean, the Bible says we have entertained angels unaware, you know, so be careful how you treat strangers. So do I believe that there's a light and dark, there's a bad and good, evil and good? For sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty terrifying, though. Like, sometimes I feel like, especially as a child, I feel like you're more open to what some people might call the veil, where you see more. When I was really little, I used to see a lot of things. Like, my grandma used to come in my room and visit me after she died. I would see a lot of, like, evil shit. Like, I would get sleep paralysis, stuff like that. I would see demons. I would see, like, entities, like, in my parents' houses. And it was scary as shit, but you can't make anything of it because you don't know what the world is yet. And then you get older and you don't really see those things anymore. But I wonder, now, entertain me on this, I guess.
Come on.
I wonder if all of this technology that's been built around us, and that, don't come at me for like 5G towers, but it's kind of what I'm talking about. Like a lot of the technology that's been built around us, I wonder if it's almost concealing us to be able to be like energetically connected to what the veil is, like to be able to see these things. And
you think so? You're saying that you think it's more prevalent now or less prevalent because of all of the technology?
I think it's less prevalent. So you're not able to see,
to be as tapped in.
Tapped into like those forces. Did you ever like see stuff when you were a kid? You remember anything?
I mean, I've always felt, it's like I used to have a question for young adults and stuff like that. Like when did you get to know God? Did you get to know him at church, or did you get to know, like, how did you meet God? You know what I'm saying? And for me, I felt like I've always heard that voice in my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like there was always that relationship or that connection or that voice that I was hearing. You know what I'm saying? I got saved at the age of 7. And I remember like the preacher was making the altar call and I just heard God like, yeah, it's time. You know what I'm saying? And I went down there. So I've always kind of been keen to know like, okay, I know that voice. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that you can get more distance from that voice, depending on how you're living and depending on if you're hearing it, depending on if you're listening. You know what I'm saying? I tell my kids all the time, my kids go to the mailbox, they're young or whatever, like, don't ignore your dad's voice. If I say stop, I'm telling you stop for a reason. I don't want you to get hit by that car. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, yes, we can get away from the voice. And that's what I'm saying. Another story. I'm on a motorcycle and I'm leaving work, being bad again. Okay, I'm going to go be bad. And I'm flying on 95 with no helmet. And I hear this voice say, get over. And I'm like, I don't want to get over. I'm trying to get here and get back and all that stuff. And I hear the voice again, get over. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to. I'm trying to. And then finally, I heard it again, get over. And I was like, you know what, let me be. And I slowed down, pulled over to the right. When I pulled over, there's a utility truck in front of me. In that moment, the ladder fell off the truck. And I'm just looking at that ladder pass by, and I'm like, thank you, God.
Yeah.
With no helmet on, mind you.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gone.
It's like Final Destination. But real life.
I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? So again, the training of listening to that voice. And like you said, you've always probably been called or heard that voice. But I think it's just tapping back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had that experience where I was really young. I went to church camp in Daytona, and it was the first time I ever like broke down crying, like, oh my God, God is real. Like, you could feel God in the room. And then my grandpa died when I was 16, and I was like, how could God do such a thing? Like, it was a really gruesome way to die. And I'm just like, and I became full, like, Satan. Like, I was like, it was
really?
bad. Yeah, it was bad.
You flipped the script like that?
Oh, yeah.
Of grandpa?
Yeah. I was 16 years old, and I was just like, this is wrong. And I was just like, I was angry, And then I finally, like, I want to say, like, probably 4 years ago or something like that, I was at, like, the lowest point of my life. Like, I was, suicidal, depression, like, and I got to the point where I was like, I have nothing going for me. I have nothing left. What am I going to do, And I literally got down on my knees and I prayed to God for the first time in a long time. And I was like, God, please help me. I can't deal with this depression anymore. It's going to kill me, blah, 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 blah. Dude, the next day, I woke up, it was gone. I have not been depressed since. Like, that depression that I felt, dude, it's crazy.
You gave it over to Jesus.
All you have to do is ask.
You got to get it. You got to ask.
Yeah, all you have to do is ask.
That's the part.
Yeah.
You got to. You got to be willing.
Yeah.
You got to want it. He's a gentleman. He ain't forcing nothing on you.
Yeah.
He's not Epstein. You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately, he doesn't hold the door open for me. But
Well, he's a gentleman, man. And I mean, I think that some people get it conflated when you start to mix church and then, or should I say, religion and relationship. There's religion. We're going to have religion and we're going to have church and all that kind of stuff. And church needs business, finances and all that stuff. But don't confuse the church with relationship.
Yeah, your personal connection.
It's personal.
Yeah.
It's personal.
Yeah, and I don't feel like you have to go to church. As long as you're, being aware and thanking God every day for the life that you live and the things that you have. Like, listen, don't be out there just being like, God, I just want all the money in the world.
Right, I do. Please, Lord. I'm rich, but I need money now. I'm
but
rich.
you're thankful, right? You're thankful for what you got.
I need some money though. Money answers all. Even the Bible says that money answers all things.
It is true.
I mean, I grew up again. I'm a pastor's kid. I'm a preacher's kid. So church every Sunday was normal and common. And I think that, as a PK, I had to understand, because some of my friends wouldn't go every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? And I had to understand, like, that's my thing. That's what I do. It doesn't mean that that's what's incumbent upon everybody else to have to do, be in church all the time. But I will say, I work out. I go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? And I can work out at home, but there's something about when I go to the gym and I get around like-minded people who's working out, doing different things. I can learn, I can glean. And that's how I kind of see church. Like, yeah, you don't have to go, but don't forsake being around those people who are thriving for the same thing you want.
Yeah. I go like twice a year.
Christmas and Mother's Day is always a good time.
Yeah. I choose when I want to go.
Or when they got the communion and the snacks, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It is sad to see a lot of churches give that bad representation, that negative representation, because I had that too growing up. Like
when you say negative representation, what you mean?
Just gluttony, and just you're representing sin within the church. And it's very clear to the people that come there, and it's almost like it's avoided. Like I went to this Catholic church right by my parents' house growing up. My mom would take us every Sunday, and then not every Sunday. It was like every other Sunday, and then all the other Sundays I would go to a Baptist church with my grandma over in St. Cloud. And the difference was very clear to me because the priest at the Catholic church, he knew my family wasn't doing great. He knew we didn't have a lot to give.
Yeah, we struggling.
And my mom would like try to go to him for help. And it was almost like this gray area of like, I'll help you, but here's a donation envelope. And it was like this, like, you got to give for us to help you. And it was almost like this, well, you know that our family is not doing so well. So how are you going to like, and then the priest, like, nothing against like people that have money and are doing well. But like my mom used to do catering occasionally. She would work with like contracted like catering companies to make a little extra money here and there. And she worked for a catering company for a party that the priest was throwing.
Okay.
My mom went to this dude's house, and this guy lived in a mansion, a huge mansion. He had a walk-in fridge full of beer.
Oh boy!
And it doesn't make sense to me because you're preaching all of these things about
selfless.
And not, drinking and like things like that. But meanwhile, all the donations are going to fund your mansion, and you're throwing parties every weekend for people, doing God knows what behind closed doors. So that also on top of my grandpa thing, I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
God works through humans, unfortunately. And we're all vessels, and with vessels, there's some cracks. There's some holes, there's some different things, you know what I'm saying? And what would I say to that with the priest out here doing all of what he was doing? Again, I think it just goes back to personal relationship. I think so many people let those things tear them away from God. And that has nothing to do with your personal relationship, you know what I'm saying? I think the churches should be better and do better. But what can you say? My mom kind of raised us like, you can be in the ministry and all that, but you're going to school. You're going to get a degree. You're going to get a job. Because your living you don't want your living coming from the people. You know what I'm saying? Because if people are giving you your living, then people can take that away from you as well. You know what I'm saying? So have your own. You don't want to be preaching to get a paycheck. You want to preach because you got a message to deliver. You know what I'm saying? So... But again, I think that a lot of people get caught up because church becomes a job, or preaching becomes a job for them, and it's not a ministry or a calling. And I think when you skip past the calling of it and now you're doing it because you're the next in line to be the pastor of the church, you're going to get what you get.
Yeah.
You're going to get what you get. Some bad fruits out there.
There's a lot.
Just like in police officers.
I'm one of them.
Yeah. Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Aren't we all? That's why we do comedy, to get that side off.
Oh, yeah. 1,000%. We're both about to go do it tonight. Yeah. So what was your childhood like?
As far as what?
Just in general. Just give me a little bit. Give me a little something.
I had both of my parents. My parents were good. I can't say anything bad. You know, the way that we were reared and structured. My mom showed us the way. My dad, when he was the provider, he went to work. He's in construction business. So, I knew my dad was out making the money. He took me to work with him. So I got calluses on my hands still, from picking up bricks and shoveling and all that stuff. And then my mom was the administrator, you know what I'm saying? So I saw them work in tandem with each other. And it's like just growing up with my cousins and family. So I had a good upbringing, you know what I mean? Can't say anything negative about that. But I think growing up in the church, and I mean, like it wasn't a choice of going, you're going. Now, my dad, when I was younger, he wasn't into the church, you know what I'm saying? He was kind of standoffish with that, but later on he came in. So I was kind of looking at my dad like, okay, well, he ain't going, But mom was like, that don't matter, you going. And so I think I was always going to church, and I would say getting pushed into Jesus, you know what I'm saying? And then there's just a moment where you reach out for yourself, you know what I'm saying? So I think I've always been in church, but comedy allows me to kind of like not distance myself. And I think one of the things that's always been a struggle for me now in comedy is bridging that gap. Or maybe it's not a gap, but pairing them together. My real, true church self, but also my comedy, worldly, secular self who sees that side too, and kind of merging that. That's been difficult for me. That's been difficult. But childhood's been great. I had fun. I was a bad kid. You know what I'm saying?
There we go. Talk about that. Talk about that a little bit. What happened?
I was a bad kid, man. I mean,
what'd you get into?
Everything, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, just from, you let's say you you didn't do good on your homework, or you didn't do good on your tests, and now the teacher is saying, hey, we need a parent signature on this paper. You know what I'm saying? And man, I had to learn how to sign my mom's name real quick. I had to figure out some things because in my house, the scolding and the chastising was definitely available for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was your upbringing? Did you get whippings a lot? Did your mom whip you?
No. My brother was the focus of attention because he was the older one getting in trouble. So I was able, because I was younger, I was able to stay under the radar. But I almost purposefully did bad stuff to get attention, because my brother was getting all the attention from being bad, even though it wasn't good attention.
Okay.
Nobody wants to get their ass beat.
No.
But I wanted my parents' attention so bad. That's probably why I do. It is why I do comedy. But I would do bad. I would sneak out. I would be out all hours of the night. As soon as I got my first car, I was partying. I was working. I would go to school, go to work, and I'd go to a house party right after and do it all over again the next day. Yeah.
Really?
So I was, trying new things. I was doing drugs, not all sorts of drugs, but the basics.
What's the basics?
The basics is pot and drinking.
Pot? Okay.
But I did try cocaine once when I was...
Tell me about that. How was the cocaine?
Okay, so I don't recommend it. I was very young. I was 18 years old.
That's crazy.
And I was working at a car dealership. Typical. And I went to go hang out with a 40-year-old woman. And we went to, where did we go first? We went to this bar in Cocoa Beach, and she got me in because she knew the people, whatever. And then she had her friend with her, and her friend was like, oh, you want to try cocaine? And I was like, no, I'm good.
White
and then,
people.
Yeah. And
I
then,
love white people, man. Like, just doing a bomb right in the backseat of the car.
Yeah. We were in the bathroom, all three of us in this tiny stall. I don't remember. I think it was at Coconuts or near Coconuts, somewhere over there. And she was like, no, you got to try it. And I was like, well, make me hallucinate? And she's like, no, it's just like you feel like uppity. And I almost got peer pressured by 40-year-old women. I did get peer pressured, and I did it, and I was like, oh my God, this is the best thing on earth.
Really?
I could drink as much as I wanted to. You just pounding beers, you just...
18 years old.
I was 18 years old hanging out with 40-year-old women from the car dealership that I worked at. And then after that, it gets sketchy. Because, like, these people were just off their rocker. They were the most... Like, I thought I was white trash, but these people were, like, truly the white trash, like, that you would find in Brevard County. She took me to this old dude's house, a condo on the beach. I don't know I think I know what for, but I don't know what for because I didn't see anything.
Right.
But she's like, oh, we're going to go to my friend's house. And I'm thinking it's like somebody her age.
Mm-hmm.
This dude was like 65. And she was like, takes me out to the porch, the patio area.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I'm going to go inside real quick. Just hang out here. I'm pretty sure she was banging him for either drugs or money.
I was going to say, this is definitely the pusher or the drug dealer or something.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. So I was like, all right, I'm ready to go when I saw her again. So we left, and then we hung out again.
Hold on. You're in the car high.
No, I was in there in the dude's condo.
In the condo.
On the patio.
By yourself.
Just high.
Having a good trip.
Yeah, I guess it's not really a trip.
How long were you waiting?
I just wanted to get shit done. It felt like 5 minutes, but it was probably like 30.
Right.
Or maybe close to an hour. But I was like, I'm ready to go. So I go to my crackhead boyfriend's house. I don't even know what he was on. I was dating a really bad guy at the time. Like he was doing all sorts of shit, taking advantage, you know. But anyways, we hang out. Maybe it was like a week later, right? And she was like, "Oh, you want to come over to my house?" And
let's do it again.
Yeah, let's do it again. And she was like, "I'll pick you up. We'll go and score some more drugs, and then we'll go to my house." So then we go to one of the motels in Cape Canaveral.
Oh, boy.
And we go to this motel, and I walk in, and it was like a scene from, like, I don't even, like Scarface, but young people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I walk in, and there's this young dude. He's probably like 22, 21 years old. Tattooed all over his face. He's clearly high off of his ass, off of probably like Percocets or blues or something, because that's what they were doing when I was a kid. I never touched pills when I was a kid, thank God, because that shit's addictive. But we go to get drugs, and I felt uncomfortable as soon as I got in the room. I was like, I don't like this. I see guns. I see bags of money. I see drugs. This
can go wrong real quick. Sounds
yeah.
like the barbershop for me.
It was scary. And I was like, there was girls, you know, just hookers, I'm assuming.
Where's this guy live?
I don't know, man. I don't know if you want to go there.
See what's going on. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, and then he asked me to sit on his lap. And I'm like,
sure.
What am I going to say, no? This guy's got guns. He's on God knows what drugs, right? So I sit there, you know. I did not want to. And then she's like giving him the money for the cocaine. And we go back in the car. We do it in the car. And then we're driving to her house. It definitely wasn't as good as the first time. I'm pretty sure it was cut with like a lot of baby powder or God knows what. Thankfully, fentanyl didn't exist back then. But we get to her house, and my boyfriend at the time comes over. And this is a crazy story I'm about to tell
it's already wild.
Oh, it gets even crazier. Yeah. So this girl that we were hanging out with, she just got out of rehab, and of course doing drugs right away, right? So the rehab clearly didn't work. I'm pretty sure she was in jail, not rehab. But we're all hanging out. We're having a good time. We're drinking. We're doing cocaine. We go to hang out in the hot tub, all 5 of us, the 40-year-old woman, her man, the girl, my boyfriend, myself. I'm just done. I'm like, I can't take any more of this. The energy was off. It was just uncomfortable. It was weird. I'm like, I'm going to go to bed. So I go to the guest bedroom to sleep. I'm waiting for my boyfriend to come follow me. And I come out. And I see him in the hot tub with the girl. And I'm like, are you coming to bed? And this was when I was really gullible. Right. And I didn't know any better. Right. I was just You're like, green. This is normal. Right? This is all normal. None of it was normal. And he was like, yeah, I'm coming. Just go to bed. I'm like, all right, cool. So I can't sleep because I'm coked up. Right. And then I open the door and I see him walking naked out the shower with a towel around us. And I was like, what are you doing? I was like, what is going on?
Having a good time.
And clearly, a little bit too much of a good time. So I think that was maybe the first time, probably the 20th
Red
time
flag.
that I had been cheated on by this guy was just a dirt, like the biggest dirt ball I think I've
Yeah.
ever met in my
Yeah.
life. He would go to the strip club. He would be doing drugs all the time. Oh, I'm just hanging out with my friends. No, you're not. You're fucking people behind my back.
And you're 18.
I was 17, I think.
17.
I wasn't 18. I was underage. He was a pedophile.
So how did you meet this great guy you got now?
I was selling vapes at the mall.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 17 years old. This was after I lost my job at the dealership. No, yeah, so I wasn't 18 because I was still 17. I was still in high school. Or no, I just had graduated. So I was selling vapes at the mall. And, I almost regret because I'm the one that called him over because he was just walking by minding his own business. And I was like, hey, you want to buy some vapes? Because I was a salesperson. That's what I was doing.
You got to bring them in.
Yeah, so he's like, no, I'm good. And I was like, oh, come on, whatever. Like, and he comes over, we hit it off. We go outside to talk after my shift, and he gives me his jacket. So I got to return the jacket, right? And yeah, I return the jacket, and then I find out he's bald. And I had kind of an existential crisis because he took his hat off, and I was like, am I okay with this? Is this attractive to me? And I was like, I don't mind, whatever. It was something I had to get over.
The bald head is the glow. Come on now. You got to have the bald head. But
he had the full grandpa.
He had the toilet bowl seat. Oh, you can't have the toilet. You got to cut that off, gang.
No. So he was living with some dirt ball over in Cape Canaveral. I hope you see this, you motherfucker. I always said if I ever see him, he'd probably be the first person I'd pull my gun out on because of the shit he did to me. But anyways, he was, this guy and his son were staying in a place. So he was sleeping with them on an air mattress. I should have known. Again, I was very, very young and gullible.
Red flags everywhere.
He was 29 or something. I was
husband.
17. No, my husband is not a dirt ball. This is the dirt ball. My husband is very, very good guy.
Yeah, I know he's a good guy.
I had to go through all the rough patches to find a good one.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, no. So I go over and I'm give him his jacket back. We all know what that means. And I kept dating him, and he ruined my life for a straight 8 months. He would cheat on me. I would break up with him. I would catch him doing stuff. I would break up with him, and he would beg me to get back together. I'm sorry, I didn't do nothing. It was just this cycle of bullshit.
Mind games.
Yeah, and then he would try to convince his friends that he was living with that I cheat on him, and I'm like, I've never once in my life have I ever cheated. I won't ever do it. It's not in my personality. Yeah. And he would try to, when he would cheat, he would tell them that I was cheating to get some guilt. I don't know what the fuck was going on. Right. He would take my car, go all sorts of places. He got into
the other women in the car.
Yeah, exactly. And he got into an accident in my car, and I had to go there to cover for him. It was just
you're a good girl. You're easy.
I wish I wasn't.
Yeah, easy to use. It's easy to cheat on. I guess.
Oh my God, yeah.
You're tough now, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't.
I had to go through that.
Yeah, I can't see you getting treated like that now.
No, I regret it, but I also don't. Because if I never went through that, I would not be as hard-headed and just as, I guess, not smart, but, in that sense, smart as I am today.
Is it smart, or is it just you get to where you love yourself?
That still took me a while.
Yeah.
That took me a long time. I honestly feel like I didn't get to that till I started doing comedy. I have not felt like myself truly 100% until I started doing comedy.
Really?
I was like, oh, this is who I am. This is who I lost when I was a kid. I used to be this person. I used to be the class clown.
Was comedy always in your bones?
Yeah.
Always?
But I never knew it was a thing I could do. I always watched comedy. When my first boyfriend broke up with me, you know who Dane Cook is?
No.
He's a famous white comedian. He has a special called...
I think I've heard of this guy, yeah.
He has a special called Vicious Circle.
Okay.
And one of his famous bits that I like is about an atheist, and he sneezes, and he goes, God bless you. Like motherfucker, because he sneezed in his face. He goes, God bless you.
Right.
And the guy goes, I'm an atheist. I'm like, that's crazy. But he goes into this whole bit about like when this guy dies, he hopes, because he asked him, what do you think happens when you die? And he goes, I think I come one with the earth and I turn into a beautiful tree. And he goes, well, I hope when you turn into that beautiful tree, a big sweaty, he says it way better, but a big sweaty, what do they call the guys with the flannels and the hatchets?
Lumberjack?
A lumberjack comes and chops you down, throws you into a wood chipper,
fire,
and makes you into paper and prints the Bible on you.
Oh, jeez, wow.
It was a great bit.
Yeah,
it's
took
fantastic.
him all the way around.
But anyways, when my first boyfriend broke up with me, I sat in the parking lot of a Chick-fil-A watching Vicious Circle until he would come out to talk to me.
Wow.
But anyways.
How many boyfriends you've had?
1, 2, 3, 4. But
That's a good number. That's low miles.
Well, no, not necessarily, because you said boyfriends.
Boyfriends. You can edit this part out.
No, I do fully regret that time in my life because I was, as they say, looking for love in all the wrong places. I just wanted someone to love me, and I couldn't find that person. Just a bunch of people that wanted to take advantage. It took a long time. But anyways, growing up as a kid in school, I would always try to be funny because I wanted to be the center of attention. So I would do stupid shit. I would say, my first joke was in 2nd grade.
Okay.
And there was this kid named Grayson.
Okay.
And it wasn't even like a good joke, but for a kid, it's pretty fucking funny.
Okay, yeah.
And I called him Gayson.
I love it. It works.
And I got in a lot of trouble.
Because your time in school, you can't say that.
No, I mean, no, it was gay was very acceptable. Yeah, it was super. Calling people gay, it was fun, but you can't say it in school.
It's still fun now.
Yeah, like your peers think it's hilarious, but your teachers are like, no, I have to put you. So it was my first time getting sent to another classroom was in 2nd grade.
You're bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been sent to the other classroom a couple times, but that means you're pretty bad.
Yeah, I've had my desk in the hallway multiple times when I was in elementary school. I would just mess with people. I would joke around. I would joke around, as they say, too much.
Gotcha.
And I almost feel like schools kind of suppress humor. Because, I feel like I would get in trouble for it so fucking much all throughout. Up until my senior year, I was always joking around, fucking around. And I would get in trouble for it so much, I was like, oh, I can't be this person.
Gotcha.
I got to be serious.
The class clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was so mad when somebody else got that in the senior yearbook. I was like, that should have been me.
Yeah. See, I didn't have no interest in being that just because I knew I had a strict mom at home. You know what I'm saying? So I think that kept it dialed back. But I mean, I remember one time in daycare, me and my cousin, we turned daycare out. We turned it out, man. I mean, I even pulled up the teacher's dress. Yeah, it was bad. And they had to strap me down in this seat, and I'm still cutting up. And then I see the door open, and it's my mom. You know what I'm saying? And it's all I see is a shadow and a light coming up.
You're like, is it Jesus? No, it's my mama.
I wish I would have died that day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It got bad. So yeah, I mean, I've if it wasn't for the structure, I definitely would color out the lines more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And comedy allows me to do that a little bit. When I remember on Christmas Day 2 years ago, I said the gift, all my family was at the house, and I said, my gift to you all is I'm going to do comedy. And my mom was like, what are you talking about? You're a preacher. You know what I'm saying? What are you like that? My mom's old school, so preacher and comedy that don't mix. Mm-hmm. And but that's what I told them on Christmas Day, and I've been doing it since then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good for you. That's good. The bad kids always end up doing comedy, it seems.
Why not? Why? We got the stories, right?
Yeah.
We got the perspectives, so yeah. But I mean, I don't think I ever wanted the attention of it per se. You find that you like the attention?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Attention in what regard?
Just having everyone look at me and laugh at me, it just feels good. Because like I said, when I was younger, I wanted that attention. Not saying my parents didn't talk to me or give me
Right.
any attention. They did
Right.
as much as they could.
Right. How many kids? How many siblings?
Just my half brother. So we're same mom, different dad, and he just got in trouble all the time. So he was
He
just
got the attention.
he got all the attention from my
And
parents.
you were the baby, not getting the attention.
Yeah. So I was like, I naturally, I wasn't like, I'm going to go find attention. That's not how that works, obviously.
Just seeking attention.
I was seeking attention through comedy, but I didn't know it was comedy. I didn't know what I was doing was the beginnings of what could be a comedian. My dad took me to my first comedy club when I was 13 years old.
Wow.
I didn't even know, even watching that, I didn't know, oh, this is something you can do. It was almost like it was a thing that like you had to be initiated into. Like it wasn't a job to me. It was just, this is a person that does comedy.
Right.
I never thought that it was something I could do.
Gotcha.
Up until recently when I was like, not to go too long on it, but I had this really good friend for a while. We're not friends anymore, but she's a great person. We went to a comedy show. I started watching a lot of podcasts like a few years back. And I was like, oh, I really like this guy, Theo Vaughn. I want to go see his show. So I invited my friend. I was like, let's go watch the show. Let's go down to Miami. We'll get a hotel for the night. We went to the Hard Rock to go watch Theo Vaughn. Great show. I always had loved going to comedy shows. Like me and my husband saw Bill Burr in Tampa like 4 years ago. Like it was a thing that I always enjoyed doing. But we were in the car on the way back. And I don't know what came out of it just came out of my mouth. I was like, I kind of want to try comedy. And to my surprise, I thought I would just be like, haha, funny.
Get on
open
micer.
Yeah, like good. But like she was like, oh, you try it if you want to. And I was like, okay. And ever since that day, I have dedicated.
Locked in.
Well, just locked in. I haven't let it go since.
But I feel like your mom, I know a little bit about your mom. She's funny. You're funny. You already have that charismatic, personality, outgoing. You don't mind saying what you feel. So it's already there.
Yeah.
It was just a matter of work,
honing
cultivating.
It. Yeah.
I feel like for me, if you would have asked me would I be a comedian 1,000 times, I would have told you no.
Yeah, me too.
Like it never was on my thing. You know what I'm saying? But when I started to do it, it was like, oh, this is a comfortable transition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I always like being different. I never want to be like everybody else.
Same.
And so I think this lane for me is like, so what the heck is Jonathan doing?
Yeah.
But I love that.
Yeah.
If I want attention, it's that I'm not in the box of whatever the box is, I'm going to tear it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good. Yeah. Your family's supportive?
Now.
It took them a while.
And I wouldn't say it just was, I think it was just such a cultural shock. It was such a left field thing for them. And my mom, it has taken her time. Now she was telling me the other day she was watching a Ricky Smiley thing and he was talking about how he was in church and kind of crossed over. And I think she kind of had a revelation of like, this can really be good. And I think for me, I think sometimes I see some of my comedian friends come to church with me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's what that's about, because I would never reach those people. I would never meet an Alex. I would never meet, Austin Kleeman or Joe. All these, it's like to be able to go outside the church and not connect with other people, So whether they come to my church or not, I feel like how I am as a person, you know what I'm saying? It hopefully something good happens with that connection where it's like he's a cool person, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not he's a preacher. No, he's a person who's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to just be a pastor.
You're a pretty cool person, Jonathan.
I try. You're not bad yourself, Alex.
No, thanks.
You've always been open and just endearing and cool.
I can be intense. But yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you what would you say is the biggest what's your biggest challenge in comedy for you right now, currently?
Well, since I've quit smoking weed, that's been the biggest challenge physically, but mentally, I was thinking about this earlier, talking about like childhood and stuff. Like I'm having such a hard time getting back to the natural funny that I felt like I used to be when I was in school.
Okay.
Like that that disconnect, like I was saying, like I was punished so much for it. I felt like I lost it for a very long time. And it's like now I feel like I'm like you're like running on a treadmill trying to eat the hot dog or something. Like I don't know how
Trying to get the carrot. Yeah,
like
yeah,
you're trying to the carrot. That's what it is. I'm like a hot dog.
Not the glizzy, okay?
I started eating meat again. Now I'm talking about glizzies. Yeah, but anyway, I feel like I'm just like trying to reach something that I just can't grab yet.
Right.
And I can get very impatient with comedy. Like I'm just like I want to be good so bad
And fast.
and so
Now.
fast
Yeah.
now.
Right.
But then again, those moments where I'm on stage and I'm having the best time of my life and I've got that grin on my face after the show on the whole ride home, I'm like, this is what I live for. So it's almost like I'm content, but I'm still like, I can't wait to be who I'm going to be 10, 15, 20, 25 years from now because I know this is I know everything has come back in alignment. Like my timing of coming back to God, coming to comedy, coming back to who I really am as a person, being who I am, whether that's different or somebody don't like me or somebody likes me, it's all come at the right time.
Right.
Because I'm just like, oh yeah, like God did bring me back to comedy. God did bring me back to myself.
And it's therapeutic.
It is. It's therapeutic. And it's like, I just got to be patient with myself. And be like, yeah, you're not the funny.
What can I say? It don't look like you're patient. You're moving fast.
Yeah.
In a good way, though.
Yeah.
In a good way. Like, I truly admire all of you comedians because you guys, sometimes you're like, he's not that good yet, you know? But I mean, they're already going to Austin, getting on Kill Tony's and like, they ain't stopping. And you see those people progress and get so much better. It's like, okay, I respect that.
Yeah. And there's something about that where it's like, people can have their perspective of like, I've heard it. Who does she think she is? What is she doing? You guys don't understand, not you specifically, Jonathan, because I know you understand. I know I'm not that, I know I can be funny, but I'm not nearly the funny I want to be. I'm not as funny as I want to be. 6 months from now, a year from now. Yeah, sure. I got on Kill Tony at 8 months in. Some people might view that as extremely stupid, but to me, that's an opportunity to get better. Because who in their comedy career that early on has the opportunity to perform in front of 250 people in a packed crowd? It's very rare. So getting those experiences early on, it just helps you get to that next step, and a lot of people assume like, oh, you're just looking for the quick fame, you're just looking to get the clout. That is not what it's about for me.
And if you are,
I mean, even so,
and if you are,
whatever. But that's the thing is like people need to worry about themselves.
I just think we get in our heads so much. Like I've seen you murder.
Thank you.
And I mean, I've watched and I'm like, man, I kind of get a little mad a little bit. I got to follow that. You know what I'm saying? But no, like I've seen, so I know you have it.
Yeah.
It's just owning it and being yourself. And I always just keep writing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I never want, I don't always want low hanging fruit jokes. You know what I'm saying? I don't always want the smart. I want different. I want unique. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we all, and I even wrote in your book, keep going. And I think if you just keep going in anything, you're going to be great.
Yeah. 1,000%. A lot of people give up right before their time comes.
Which means that you really want to do it, you know? Or
exactly.
Maybe you really wanted to, but you had to be where you are now to where you come to this moment to where I'm not giving up on this.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is for me. Like, I'm going to ride this until I'm ready for the wheels to fall off.
Yeah. And I've never, even though I've only been doing it for like a year and 8 months or 7 months, however long, I've never had that thought of like, I can't do this anymore. Like I've never had an inkling of like, Alex, this isn't it for you.
Yeah. I haven't had that thought, but when you bomb, I do question myself like, am I funny?
Am I funny?
Yeah.
Am I good enough?
Right.
Right. I've had those thoughts for sure. I hate bombing.
I hate it.
And the better you get, I feel like the more it feels like you're bombing. Like we were talking about earlier, like I had Milk District last night, and I opened up really good. I riffed off of the last comedian's jokes, like it was going good, and then it went boo. But I didn't bomb. My punchlines still hit some people. The laughter was lighter, but because I didn't have that explosive laughter for every single
You're
joke,
starting to second guess yourself.
it feels like I bombed.
And then your timing gets off, your rhythm gets off.
Oh yeah.
You know?
That's exactly what happened to me last night. Yeah.
And I just think that comes with confidence, and that comes with just the work. You know, again, I like to work out, so I will get up under 315 to bench press it because I've bench pressed that before. You know? So I have the confidence that I can get this up.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same thing with comedy. The more you get on the stage, the more confidence you get, and you're ready for the room. I truly want to be at a place where there's no high and no low in it. I went up, I performed, that was my job, I'm going home. I'm not making it more than what it is. It's like, I kind of like Tom Brady, you know, Super Bowls he always won. He was good because it's another game. The narratives and the story, that's for y'all to determine. But this is another football game.
Yeah.
And I'm coming prepared and ready, do my job, and I'm going home. That's where I want to be.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of us can be hard on ourselves. Very, very hard on ourselves, especially the ones that really, really want this, you know.
But you go to work now, right? And you come home. You did your job, right?
Sucks the life out of me, but yeah.
Well, that's why we have the comedy side.
Yes, exactly.
We need
It's
it.
the only thing that brings me energy at the end of the day, I swear. Or sometimes it makes me want to hate my comedy, but...
So where do you want to be in the next whatever years? We might have to get close so we got
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of just like see... this is what I see, and I can't really put a timeline on it, to be honest. I see my podcast becoming the center of my catalyst, almost, right? And my comedy catching up. So I feel like my podcast is going to, I don't want to say explode, right? But it's going to get enough views and enough watch to be able for me to tour.
Gotcha.
But my comedy isn't going to be, and I feel like this sounds kind of gay because I'm like predicting my future, but it's like, I feel like my comedy isn't going to be at the level to where I can headline or to where I have that type of time. So what I envision, right, is obviously I want to open a comedy club. That's what I'm doing with the Alex's Underground thing. So I'm shooting for 2 years from now. I want to open a very, very good comedy club. Not a janky ass little thing in a storage unit. I want it to be set up for comedy. I don't care how much money I have to borrow, how much money I have to get, you know, donations from or whatever it takes to get it. I want it to almost compete with the best of the best. Like, I want people to be like, oh shit, Alex's Underground. I live in California. I want to go to Melbourne, Florida or Brevard County to go to this comedy club. Like, I want it to be like that. As ambitious as that sounds, like, that would be the ultimate goal for that. So I'm hoping, like, 2 years, get Alex's Underground, like, my monthly show, like, enough word of mouth and enough talk to where I open the club out and it's packed up every night. Like, people know about it. People want to be there. People travel to be there. People come off the cruise ships and it's the first place that they're going type thing. And then the podcast following that, blowing up, not blowing up, but you know what I mean, just getting an increase. And then what I want to do is tour using my podcast fan base, but only doing, you know, my 10, 15-minute sets and slowly increase my time, slowly get better behind the scenes, and then just book killers on the shows. Just work with fucking killers.
Just give yourself more credit, Alex. Okay? And I respect and I understand that the thought process keeps you grounded and moving.
Yeah.
But you produce good work.
Thank you.
Like, I will trust anything in your hands because I know it's... And sometimes I hate when you put it in other people's hands because it ain't the same as it being in your hands. That's just a thought, you know what I mean? Because you do things a certain way, a certain spirit of excellence, as we would say.
Thank you.
And everybody doesn't have that. And I think females, and that's why I appreciate my mom, even because you need administrators. And you're good at putting things down, making it work, keeping it going. And so it won't be long. I know I'm gonna see you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna be doing your thing. You're already doing it.
I'm thinking
this is like less than 2 years. You're already here.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how it happened.
I'm a musician and I don't have a studio in the room. You know what I mean?
It's just a lot of debt.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And I tell you, that's a beautiful thing that maybe somebody needs to hear that, especially when it comes to your passion, things you want to do. Do those things first. You know what I'm saying? Say, I got a family, 3 kids, all that stuff. So it's like I can't just, I'm going to Austin and you know what I'm saying, going to live the life and do comedy. No, I got a family to take care of.
I can see that, and it's a lot of people's cases, which is why, like, me and my husband decided. I told him, because before I started comedy, I had nothing going for me. I'll wrap this up quick, but I was like, I want to have a kid. Like, let's have a kid, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But I had nothing else going for me. And as soon as I started comedy, the whole script flipped, because I was like, no, I got to make this work because I want to be a full-time mom. I don't want to be handing my kid off to some strangers. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just my personal opinion. I want to be with my kid. I want to be with my baby. I want to give them that attention that I felt like I didn't have when I was younger. So I'm like, to make that work, I have to make this work first. I need money. I got to make this. This is it for me. If this doesn't work, it's nothing. It's over. So... yeah,
well, just make sure, bring me on a show so I can get on the show. Because I don't know if our timelines are the same. You know what I mean? I'm not working at the same intensity as you are. Not that I don't want to do comedy pursuit, but everybody has their path of comedy. You know what I'm saying? And so I haven't determined what that path is. My goal is just keep getting gooder.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
I also have that goal too, you know, just like...
well, cool. But you're doing all the other things as well.
Yeah.
Which employs the getting gooder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I think once I have the comedy club, I'll have a kid, maybe, and then maybe that'll slow me down a little bit.
Does the husband know this process?
Yeah. He's almost 40, so he's getting to that age where he's like, if I'm gonna be a grandpa at my kid's graduation.
Yeah,
so.
That's a good age though.
Yeah,
because he's gonna enjoy it.
Yeah,
I don't like seeing fathers or parents that don't enjoy being a.
No, 1,000%. I don't want to be like that.
You wanna enjoy it.
Yeah, no, especially he's a car guy, as you can see, so I want him to have what he wants.
Gotcha.
You know, we don't want to suppress any of our dreams to have a kid, but
Alex and Alex.
To each their own. Yes, Alex and Alex. Welcome to Alex's Friends. This has been our episode. Jonathan, shout out your Instagram.
Preacher Music, Preacher MUZIK, all one word. That's on the IG handle. And it's been dope, man. I appreciate you letting me come through, gang.
Yeah, no, thank you for coming.
Hopefully this ain't the last. I do got to urinate a little bit. So.
No, me too.
Oh my God, it's this drink.
Yeah,
it's flowing through me like
liquid death. Please sponsor me at some point in my life. I need a sponsor.
Love everybody. We're out of here.
Yeah.
She keep working that back and I'm about to throw the shit like a forward. When she teasing what she got me good with her. When she move with it, when she working, when she got, she can't be new to